And I'm going to show you my miter saw that I bought recently, along with my other miter saw I bought recently. This is the Dewalt model DWS. There you go, 779. And as soon as I bought it, I upgraded it with the light, with the shadow light. They're very useful. I had my old Dewalt saw, which was the original one they came out with. Had it for many years, at least 25. And finally the plastic in the handle started giving out, so it's time to get a new one. So I bought this. I was very happy with my old one. The settings are perfect. Right out of the box, all the angles were good. You know, you set it to an angle, and that's where it stayed. No problems. Pick it up, move it around, no problems. Had a Craftsman stand for it, and it was clanky, but it was cheap, and it worked again for many years. So when it's time to replace things, the Craftsman's gone, so I can't get another Craftsman stand. So got a Dewalt stand. Well, I would think long and hard before I ever bought anything from Dewalt ever again. To start off with the stand, I like those levers. It beats pushing my fingers against little buttons on the old stand. It's got these nice levers. But why is something all aluminum so heavy? Yeah, it adds to stability, but it's a bear to lug around. And of course, Dewalt, you could do better than this. It takes two hands to adjust, and when you're holding up a piece of wood, you don't have two hands. And even when you get it clamped down, it still wiggles. You clamp it down harder, and okay, don't wiggle so much, and you put the wood against it, boom, you got a movement. And even when you get it pushed back against the stop, it still wiggles. You know, come on. And it's flat, no roller. Roller's good and bad thing to have, but it's nice in a lot of things, especially since I bought this mainly for doing heavier lumber. You know, when you're doing docks and stuff, you're using heavy lumber. And another thing, you need that reinforcement leg. For the price of this stand, why doesn't it come with it? $50 for a hunk of pipe that looks like something somebody made themselves. Come on, Dewalt. Now let's get back to the saw. By the third time I used it, the latches that hold it onto the stand broke. Looking at it, how'd it break? Got springs and stuff in there. It's a complicated mechanism. Why aren't they fiberglass fibers? It's crap plastic. And the design, they just had a little tiny pin made of plastic that broke inside. And yeah, I could have get it warranted. I found some solid ones online. Somebody's making up on their printer and selling them for 20 bucks. Okay, in a few days I had it. If I went through warranty, how many months would it have taken them? And then getting back to the warranty. I recently get in the mail, stop using your saw immediately and you'll obtain a free repair kit. Scan here. Yeah, I scanned here. That didn't work. Okay, call the number. Some nice lady in India I'm talking to, and yeah, she's nice enough and everything. It tells me, oh yeah, going to be a month before they get around to sending it to me. And replace it myself. Okay, that's no problem replacing myself. But a month? If I was in business, I would just put it aside, because I couldn't, if I had somebody working for me and I got that in the mail and I didn't do anything about it, I would be liable. And it'd put me out of business in a hurry if something happened. Even though it's probably, I don't know what the kit is. It could be that dust collector, it could be that little thing there, I don't know. But it's probably they made it out of cheap plastic instead of nylon reinforced. I don't know. All I know is that out of this box, where my old one was perfect out of the box when I bought it all those years ago. Never had to adjust it, this had to be adjusted because it was a couple degrees off. Okay, adjust it, holds it pretty good. Wiggles a bit, it's not really solid. They could do better than that. But, oh, there goes the card. Oh well. I'm done. They're supposed to be sending it to me, and I'll put the new part in when I get it. And it makes a good enough cut. You know, it's not a bad saw, but I wouldn't buy another one. Now, it's such a heavy bear to lug around. The only way to get it from one side of the house to the other is put in the wheelbarrow and drag it. And it's very awkward putting it onto the stand. It don't just snap on easily. It's not a one-handed operation. I could have used another hand. You know, maybe if I had help, or I don't have help. I'm by myself. Well, anyway, that's why I went out and I bought a smaller, a 7 1/4. Now, I always considered these things to be toys, and I just pick up the skill saw and use it, but you get such a good cut out of a miter saw. It's straight every time, no juggling squares and everything. Just put it in and you got a nice cut. And you're also very easy to set up stops. Now, you look at this, there's a Warrior stand. It's cheap. I would have got the Ryobi stand, but Home Depot is a couple hours away and Harbor Freight is right there. Now you look at it, they give you rollers, and you set it, it's solid. You got one screw instead of two, and you know, it works. Cheap, and it works. Now it don't have the levers. You got to push your fingers against the button, maybe pinch them. I always feel I'm going to pinch the end of my thumb off with these things, but they work. And with nice levers, but the thing was cheap. That was expensive. Now, this came out of the box more than a couple degrees off, and the adjustments are a pain to do. You know, this type of thing on the old antique machines that are made of cast iron, you loosen up a screw a little bit, and you can slide it a little bit. Cast iron slides. Aluminum don't slide. It's sticky, and yeah, you get it adjusted eventually, but you got to do it 15 to 20 times before you get the adjustment right. But anyway, it's lightweight. I don't need a wheelbarrow to carry it around. It don't take up as much room in the shop. That takes up a lot of storage room. I keep it kind of all by itself. I can't get it in a corner or anything. It takes up a lot of space. And like I said, I'd think long and hard before I got another one of these things. And if I was in business and I got that letter in the mail, I would put it aside and go out and buy another one, another brand, right away. And eventually get it fixed and keep it for a backup. But come on, Dewalt. I'm spending a lot of money on this crap, and it's not working. Now I'll keep using it. I'll probably keep it for years. It does good on the heavy lumber. I got some 2x12s I got to cut. And this I just brought out to show in the film. But it makes a good cut. It's a third the price of that big one, which it should be. It's much smaller, it's lighter. But that's the main thing, it's lighter. I could put it in the car trunk. It takes up the whole back of the SUV. I can't fit that in the car trunk. Can't bring it over to my daughter's house, do some trim work or something. It's just big, bulky, very heavy. And why all that aluminum is so heavy, I don't know. Same with the stand. Why is it so heavy? Their old stand, yeah, their original Dewalt stand wasn't that heavy, and it was solid. And this is all metal, all steel, just like my old Craftsman one was. In fact, it's very similar to the Craftsman. You know, the old copy, the old Warrior stuff, all copies. I don't think they got their own design department, but it works. And I could lift it. I hang it on the wall, get it out of the way. It doesn't take up so much room. Now I can't cut a 2x12 in it. At least not a full length one. I don't know, I haven't tried. And it doesn't have all that much power. It slows down. But for light stuff, the trim stuff, it works great. And like I said, the warranty, forget it. Forget it. Months for the parts to come, and changing myself. Okay, I'll change it myself. No problem. But why does it take a month? I ordered that Ryobi. It was here in 3 days. That came from Home Depot. 3 days and it was on the doorstep. No. No. Well, anyway, if you like the video, or like to hear me bitching, complaining about something, put a like and subscribe, maybe even a notification, and see you in the next video.